Sorry, I got cut off. They had us walking clockwise, which in occult is the clockwise is I guess the positive, right? And counterclockwise is negative. Well, whatever it is. When we prayed talking to God, we walk clockwise. When we they prayed to the devil, they walk counterclockwise in a circle. Yeah, I'm serious. Okay, I was in that place. It took me. I knew it was kind of a weird setup. I was just going to be there till my knee healed up a little bit, and then I was going to be gone, and I'll just check out what kind of Christian place this was, because I had been in different little programs and stuff in different Christian little men's homes and stuff like that before, you know. And I decided to check it out, and that way I could rest my knee, you know. And we got to that place, man. They had speakers in the dang bunk bed, right by our ears, by the ears of everyone that had a bed. There was some speakers up there, and they play this music all day and all night, and if it's not music, then they make you play. Pastor, you gotta hear stuff all day and night. Okay, I had these speakers. It was hell. They knew I had a broken knee, and I had told them that, and they said, well, we're going to expect you to work. And I said, well, okay, that's fine, but right now I have a broken leg. You're going to have to give me a pass for a little bit till my knee heals. They said, that's fine. But did that happen? No. 5 o'clock in the morning, they had me waking up saying, you got to get up and work. You got to do something. So then eventually they had me, all these other men, women, see, they had this weird setup with the men and women. It was a strange cult, man. Now this was outside of the French Quarter. I don't know how far outside of the French Quarter it was. It was just way out in the outskirts. What I call the outskirts is where outside the French Quarter, you're not seeing in the New Orleans area, outside in the New Orleans area, outside of the French Quarter, you are not going to see no other white people. It's all black. Most people don't know that. Some people do know that New Orleans is, the city itself is 80 to 90% black. Okay? The only white people you see is concentrations of white people is in the French Quarter, because that's where all the tourism is, and Bourbon Street and all that, Mardi Gras and all that, historical land sites and everything. But anyway, back to Mama Janice. They would call people on the phone, different groups, just call businesses and ask them for donations of anything, blankets, parts for their van. They'd say the van was broken down. They'd call mechanic shops. They'd call people for all kind of free things. That was their job. They said they had people get on the phones. See, they did it. It was all a big scam. It was a big scam. It was crazy, man. Crazy. They'd get on the phones and they'd be calling all these different places. They'd be calling places and saying, now I never got that far involved, but I did learn about this stuff, you know. And they were getting on the phones, calling places and begging, you know, saying, we're this church and we're a church and we need, what can you donate and stuff like that, you know. And if their van broke down, they need something, they would just call as many mechanic shops or parts stores as they could. They would just get the phone book out and start calling them and ask, begging for donations. People, and that's how they got their way. They beg all day, every day for stuff they didn't need. And this woman, if you went to her bedroom, and you're rare if you got to go into Mama Janice's bedroom, rare. She'd take you in there, and she has this closet. And see, and you're not supposed to have no candy in there, because she believed that too much candy, you know, is from the devil, you know. A lot of weird things she thought was from the devil, you know. But the funny thing was, she had a closet full of candy, you know, but she didn't recommend it for Christians, but yet she, you know, invites you into her, you know, her room, and want a piece of candy? And she'd have this pile of chocolate in the closet. I'm not kidding. These what I'm telling you, stories aren't just stories. I'm not exaggerating any of this. This is facts and real weird things that happened to me in my life. And I'm going to put this up on my collection for Stranger Than Fiction, it's called. I put collection of weird stuff on there. And I'm going to put some of my own stories on there of what really happened to me. When I went on I'd say a Buddhist type walk where I went traveling, and I just, I limited myself to, nothing, living humble, homeless, traveling, a lot of good experiences. Wouldn't trade it for anything, because it's an enlightening experience that far surpasses anything you could learn in college, guaranteed. And I'm not saying don't go to school. I'm just saying, the time I spent on the road, I was able to sit there and study whatever I wanted. And the libraries everywhere. I'd sit in the library all day and all night. That's pretty much what I did on the road. I'd meet cool people I'd hang out with them till I couldn't stand them no more, or stand, being around people. There's only a limited amount. I like to hang out with people, and I'll go to the library and learn more, and for hours I can learn. But the point is, I was in this cult, and it was an interesting, very interesting type of place. The things I found out about that place, I ended up just walking out of there, hobbling out of there on my broken leg, and to get away from there. They had people like on Social Security in there that they told them, see what it is, they don't let you have any mail in or out. So then this lady starts collecting everybody's mail, and they get people on Social Security, and then they take the Social Security checks, right, cash them out, get them cashed out, or become the caregiver or whatever, right, caretaker, and cash out the checks. And this one person had a broken back, okay, in this place. Had a broken back, and he was caught. You're not supposed to be on the phone. He was caught on the phone trying to contact people to get out of there, his own family. And they caught him, and they told him, that's against the rules. And then they made him do extra chores, and all the extra kitchen chores were on him, and we couldn't do the. And when they said anyone that tries to help him, they're going to get in trouble too. So it was a weird place. They were keeping that guy's checks, see, and they were keeping him from talking to people. Once I started finding out all this stuff, I was like, this ain't worth healing my knees, so I just bailed out of that place real quick. And I think what happened was, I think they locked the doors early in the morning. I mean, they lock the doors at night. You can't get out, and there's a bell on the door. It's kind of strange. Or some shit like that. Anyway, excuse my language. And that place, what happened was, it was when the door was open during the daytime, I think everybody was gone, and I had an opportunity. It was early in the morning, right when they opened the doors, and I had an opportunity when everyone had left, because they knew that, oh, well, you can't go out and work, your knees hurt, so they still put me on kitchen duty in a broken knee. So one morning I was gone. As soon as everyone else left, most of the whole house left and the whole cult left, I was gone. They kept the men and the women in separate parts, same property, different, different. It was like housing units. It was a crazy old cult. But anyway, I'm going to get off here because I'm almost past my limit time, I think. And I just wanted to share some strange adventures and let you guys know I've had a crazy life, and I've had an adventurous life. And, not everything that you learn, not every intelligent person you meet is people that have gone to college. And I know a lot of people have gone to college, they're real stupid and retarded, And then there's intelligent college people that have, gone through, the system and gotten a good education, and still know the education system's very, very flawed. But it doesn't equal your intelligence level. It just shows that you were committed to going to school. You know, it just shows your commitment level. But you know, I learned much, much more, I believe, in my years on the road than I ever would have in college or almost any other situation. So, you know, then again, there's all kind of life situations you can learn from. So, whatever floats your boat. You know, in my 20s, I traveled. I rode hop trains. I rode on trains, and I traveled around, and I had fun. And, you know, I moved around from city to city, just living the Buddha life, and it was fun, but it got old, you know. I got a house now, you know, but thank the Creator for that, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and yeah, some crazy adventures. I've been in a couple of cults, and that's one of them. I'll give you little tidbits about it later, and I'll tell you guys more about some other cults I've been in. You know, incidentally, of course I didn't join them up thinking I never knew I was in a cult. You don't usually know you're in a cult at first, you know, especially if you're not paying attention to the signs. Anyway, alright, love you guys. Subscribe or something, and thumbs up or something, guys, please.